Welcome back, dear viewers, to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. For those of you that were watching the last video, you actually didn't miss anything. All I did was go back to the stash, drop a few things off, and get to the spider's nest. I think we want this ring of protection. The reason why I feel fairly confident about our chances here in the spider's nest is because we have resist poison. On top of that, poison doesn't really do much to us except in the most severe cases. Because of our damage shaving. Poison at its base only does 1 damage per turn, and we're guaranteed at least 1 damage per thing. Oh, right away. An orb spider. It's a little pun. They weave orbs of destruction and send them at you, and they hurt a lot. Though they can be dodged if you are clever, and not a follower of Chabritos. I believe I started to say something about Chabritos in the last video and sidetracked myself with pronunciation, but I've been doing a few Chabritos runs lately, just because it's super strong if you can get past sort of the early game. Ooh, it noticed us. Let's kind of back around the corner here. Orb spiders aren't very dangerous if you can get up close to them, but they're very good at running away. They are faster than you, so, you know, good luck. Ow. Yeah, Orbs of Destruction, if you ever encounter... There's several things that cast Orbs of Destruction, Ancient Liches being another one, and their spell power is a lot higher than the Orb Spider, so beware. But Orbs of Destruction take a couple of tiles to ramp up to full strength, to gain momentum, as it were. So if you are standing next to something and it casts an Orb of Destruction at you, it will still hurt. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing to be trifled with, but it won't, you know, potentially instant kill you. There are spells in this game that if you have no resistances, will kill you in one hit. Orbs of Destruction will try to follow you. Generally, if you sort of walk catty corner to them. Like, don't walk directly away. Oh, ow. Did we get hit by both of them? Oh, we blocked one of them. That's good. Let's duck out here and heal up a little bit. We're getting to the point where we have a ton of hit points, so you know, our Wand of Healing is a between fights only kind of thing. If we try and use it mid-combat to heal ourselves, it is likely that we will take more damage in those turns than we will heal. Alright, so I'm going to be smart this time and summon a couple of allies. Hopefully allies. Yes, both allies. Good. Our orange demon splashes around in the water. That's cute. Oop. Ow. Ugh. Orb spiders are very frustrating. Let's spring for major destruction. There we go. Again, well, I suppose I haven't said it yet this video, because of our cool little artifact amulet of faith, we are not really worried about running low on piety. Lots of orb spiders in this particular spider's nest. Not that orb spiders are uncommon, they're very common in the spider's nest, but just not right away, like right near the entrance. That is the reason, by the way, that I'm killing these things, because they are right near the entrance, and there's only a single entrance from the lair, so we want to make sure that this area is clear. We're going to have to fight these things anyway, eventually. So, might as well do it now. Attack. I'm also okay with the fact that if one of your summoned creatures kills a monster, you don't get full experience for it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But that's fine. Yeah, we do have resist poison, but we got poisoned anyway. That will happen in the spider's nest. You will get poisoned. Usually the same is true for the snake pits. Unless you are a gargoyle or a mummy or a... I think vampires are also immune to poison. There are several races that are immune to poison. They are cool. Regular spiders, not very scary. Even though they tend to swarm. It's just the... orb spiders are scary. Jumping spiders are scary. Wolf spiders are reasonably dangerous. Though not as dangerous as any of the others. Redbacks are... They don't do a ton of damage up front. Wow, we actually took damage from that poison. That we must have been pretty badly poisoned. Tarantellas are actually rough for us without a source of clarity. My advice for when you are confused is to hold down, if you're using a PC, hold down the control key and then attack. I advise doing that anyway if you are fighting things. Because if you, say, kill something and then you're pressing keys too fast and you press the key again, instead of moving towards it, you will just swing your weapon at that square. So, yeah, really good. And also when you're confused, you don't run the risk of wandering around and tripping and bashing your head on things. So we'll just wait out the confusion. Yeah, okay. So we're not as strong in here as I had hoped we would be. Our build that we currently have and are... well, really that we're working towards is... You know, the heavy armor build is really, really good against things that hit you a lot of times for not all that much damage. Like, in a turn, they'll hit you 4 times, but their max damage per hit is 10 or something. That's our ideal situation. We're working on building up our armor class. It's tough for high evasion characters to deal with those, because it's just such a rapid... You know, even if you're dodging 75% of all attacks, if they get 4 attacks per round... I mean, it's not a guaranteed one hit, but, you know, the math roughly works out. Okay, I just wanted to check up on our skills here. Yeah, dodging is giving us a great return right now. I think because our dexterity is high. Or, you know, reasonably high. If you were wondering why we are not wearing this poison resistance and this ring of poison resistance, they don't stack. Poison resistance is a binary, as is resist electric, resist mutation. You can see for yourself. It means you either have it or you don't. Once you have it, you can't get more of it. Doesn't do you any good to wear 4 things of resist poison. Okay, so let's sort of reevaluate here. I don't want to expend the resources that Spider's Nest seems to be taking from me. We could go back to the dungeon, though that was also fairly dangerous. We could do layer 8. I want to do layer 8 so much. Let's do layer 8. Let's be greedy. I would not be doing this if... Where did that hound go? Well, there it is. Blat. There we go. That worked out. Yeah. So let's go to layer 7. Oh, we're already there. Good. I thought we were at our stash and not the... Oh, let's try out... Did we try out that other wand that we found? I guess it was this Wand of Confusion. That's not terrible. These wands actually would probably be reasonable to use against, say, Death Yaks or Catoblepuses. Catoblepuses? Catablepuses? Catablepi? I don't know. No clue how to say the name of those things. could probably look it up somewhere, but I don't know, maybe it's a made-up thing. Maybe it's just in a different language. This is actually a reasonable spot. It's a true choke point between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, I shouldn't do stuff like that. That's... Sorry, dear viewers, for that. We saw earlier with the elephants that they weren't too bad for us, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, net gain of health with Machleb's grace. I don't know if the God of Destruction has grace. Machleb's favor. Let's go with that. Okay, so these guys, the unpronounceable... Ooh, they have a quote too. So he passed over into the island, taking with him the two brothers of Anaxius. When he had found the forsaken knight attired in his own livery, as black as sorrow itself could see itself in the blackest glass. His ornaments of the same hue, but formed into the figures of ravens which seemed to gape for carrion. Only his reins were snakes, which finally wrapping themselves within one within another, their heads came together to the cheeks and bosses of the bit, where they might seem to bite at the horse. And to horse, as he chomped at the bit, to bite them, and that the white foam was engendered by the poisonous fury of combat. His impresa was a catablecta, which so long lies dead as the moon, whereto it hath so natural a sympathy, wants her light. The word signified that the moon wanted not the light, but the poor beast wanted the moon's light. Sir Philip Sidney. That's really cool. That was fun. Alright, well, let's try and kill it. I think our best way to go about doing that is to get into this choke point here. If you stand too long in this stuff, it will petrify you. Turns you to stone. You get some damage resistance or armor class or something, but you also lose all your evasion for a long time. It's a very long, harsh penalty. This seems like a good place to use a mighty clap of thunder. Okay. Missed the death yak. Well, we really can't stand in that stuff. But we also don't have too many options for places where it isn't. Can we... No, I don't want to. Let's just kill it. Yeah! Called it. Sweet. We feel somewhat more resistant. We feel negative? What does that mean? We get resist negative energy? No way! That's really cool. I don't even think I remembered that about Deep Dwarves. A free pip of negative energy resistance. Oh, it's even life protection? I don't actually... What does life protection do? That seems... Well... Maybe it's just that one pip of negative energy resistance? I don't know. Maybe it does other things. Not sure. But that's cool. Good for us regardless. Free stuff is always nice. We feel somewhat more resistant. We get more magic resist, I guess? Yeah, we have a second pip of magic resistance. I'm not sure. I know that it used to be that... Let's back up to this first choke point here. I know that it used to be that each species had a small incremental amount of magic resistance that they would gain each level. I don't know, since they changed it to be a little clearer, how much magic resistance you actually have with those little pips, you know, there. I don't know if that's changed, and you just gain a full pip periodically as you increase in level. This might be the case. Regardless, it's nice that we get more magic resistance. Oh, and did we get something else? No, just those two things. That's fine. It's really good. At some point, we get another rank of our passive magic mapping, which is cool. We found an elf skeleton. Ooh, dire elephant. That's really scary. He's giant. A huge pachyderm, wilder and fiercer than normal elephants, with a very thick hide, powerful legs, and a memory to die for. Yep, sounds about right. Well, let's duck around the corner here a ways. Summon ourselves a demon. Good, it's friendly. I don't even try to pronounce the demon's names a lot of the time. Inoxinal. I like it. Ooh, what's its quote? I won't make you sit through the reading of this one. Huh. See, strangles. Agrippa. That seems like a familiar name. Agrippa. Huh. I don't know, but I kind of wonder. I think I've heard of Charles Mackey, but I don't know that I've heard of the Memoirs of Extraordinary Popular Delusions, Volume 3. That sounds cool. Maybe I'll check that out someday. I'll probably forget, though, and not do it. Oh, and a deep troll. Retreat! Ooh, ouch. Let's back up and let the demon do its work. Let's summon another one. It seems to be doing good work. Ugh. Good. Good. Okay. Die. Yes. Excellent. Okay. That was, we took a lot of damage that battle. Oh, that's right. Trollhide doesn't do anything for us, does it? Trollhide armor is reasonable for a lot of classes. It's the same. It's encumbrance rating 4, which is the same as leather armor, but it has base armor class of 4 or 5, maybe. I don't know. It's good. What is this? A steaming broadaxe. Why isn't it a sword? I'll take S words for 500. Base damage 13. Only one better than what we're using. Ooh. Ooh. Well. That's kind of neat. We'll hang on to it. I may put a couple of points into axes at some point. You never know. Cursed pair of boots. Whatever will we do? Okay, so that was like technically the layer branch ending, the little vault there. Sometimes you get a bunch of cool treasure in the layer, sometimes you get nothing. I mean, there'll be something there, but it's not worth anything. Alright, so this demon. What if we summon a demon of our own? How does that work out? Ooh. Can we hit it with major? Okay, so minor destruction has a greater range than major destruction, I guess? Minor destruction appears to be line of sight. Like full natural line of sight. He doesn't seem to be caring all that much that we're... What about our Wand of Flame? It is never directly fatal. Yeah, sometimes dangerous, but never directly fatal. really don't mind using up all the charges of flame, or charges of the Wand of Flame in this battle. This orange demon is worthless. Can it, like, not attack? Oh no! We accidentally used Blink. Ah, shucks. Just a blundering combination of key presses. Well, how greedy do we want to be? Because if we wanted, we could just blink to there. Bash the demon and the ice devil. Grab our loot and fly back over with our ring. Summon a devil when we get there. Sure. Let's do it. Go big or go home. Let's drink one of these potions of haste, though. That seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. We have no cold resistance, which is really rough on us right now. There we go. Alright. Alright, we did it. Awesome. Scrolls of Random Useless, Dire Flail, which is, I think, even... Is it as bad or worse than the Broadaxe? It's worse than the Broadaxe, yeah. Dire Flails are not good. Don't use them, if you can help it. A fine leather armor. Cool. And then we can just do this. Yay, let's fly. Let's stop flying. If you want to stop flying for whatever reason, you can take off the ring and it'll end the effect early. Get our health back on these yaks. Yeah, we ended up pretty hungry from using our various god abilities. Alrighty, so let's pop on our Ring of Sustenance and finish exploring this. The fact that he's going to trace down every nook and cranny is the reason why I tossed on that ring. Black Mamba! Okay. Now that we're safe and sound in our stash, what is this? 13 versus 17. Yeah, we won't be using this. Though this is an option should we reach the end of the game and go crazy and try and, like, do spell casting and stuff. This would be not the worst. Oh, yeah, base armor rating 3. Yeah, Trollhide has a base armor rating of 4. And it also lets you regenerate slowly. Alright, well, I don't know if that was even really worth the resources, but since we accidentally used that blink scroll, might as well get something out of it instead of just a true waste. What is this? Scroll of Fear. Okay. Alright, this is fine. Oh, let's drop off our stuff. Check out this ring. Doesn't tell us. We don't have any scrolls of Identify, do we? Nope. Interesting. Well, no real way of telling. I think in the next trunk version, it'll auto-identify all rings. There are a lot of things that are turning into auto-identify, which makes me really hope that... Oh, hi, Iguana. It makes me really hope that they buff Ashinsari, that they make Ashinsari better. Because one of the really cool things about worshipping Ashinsari is that early on, she identifies a ton of stuff for you. Let's move this skeleton out of our stash. And if everything is going to be identifying itself anyway, that takes a huge part of Ashinzari's usefulness out of the early game, at least. I mean, it's probably fine. Like, Ashinzari gives you bonuses to skills if you have corresponding item slots cursed. So, for example, if I were to also curse this armor and this helmet and whatnot, Ashinzari would raise my armor skill by a few levels, which is cool in the sort of early mid game. Drops off a little bit once you max out the skills, obviously, since they can't go higher than 27. But by that point, you generally want to use Ashinzari's ultimate ability, which is to transfer skill points from one to another, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think I also want to drop off. I'm not going to be doing anything else, by the way, dear viewers. I'm just dropping off some of these various things, and then I will end this video and go to bed, because I'm tired. I would surely perish if I keep playing. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'll be fine. But I feel like I've reached the point of the night where, at the very least, I would burn through a bunch of consumables unnecessarily. And that's not fun for either of us. You, because you're sitting there screaming at your computer monitor, "Don't do it, you fool!" I guess this is a one-handed weapon. Oh yeah, that's why dire flails are terrible, because they have a base damage 13, but they're a two-handed weapon. So bad. Whereas this is a one-handed weapon. Like this is like something reasonable that we could switch to if we wanted. Like this is actually not the worst endgame, like extended endgame weapon that I've ever seen. It doesn't deal a ton of damage. 15 isn't great, but the Holy Brand and the resist fire, resist negative energy is awesome. Being able to go berserk is fine, though evocable berserk is not nearly as good as Trog berserk. The duration is lower. The odds of you extending the duration by killing a monster are less, and I think maybe even the benefits you get from it are lower than Trog. Trog is, if you want to go berserk on things, follow Trog. It's a good thing. Although, potions of berserking and evocable berserking are certainly not bad to have in your repertoire. It can save your bacon. I would usually use it if I have been fighting a sort of an extended battle against a lot of enemies, and all of a sudden a really strong one shows up right at the end. Or maybe not even then. Maybe if there's a really strong one left, but he only has, a third of his hit points left, and we're at a third of our hit points, I would use Berserk Rage there. Because I'm not going to be fiddling around with other things. I'm probably just going to... Like, if he's... I won't be trying to heal myself, because he'll probably be hitting us for more than we can heal. We just have to continuously heal until we hit the random number generator chance of dodging all of his attacks in a round, or our armor class and damage shaving, taking care of all the damage for that round. It's... Yeah. We have a ton of hit points now, relatively speaking. Deep Dwarves do get a 20% more than average health words, in part to make up for their lack of regeneration. So they are as healthy as Nagas. I don't think there are too many things actually. Here we can check. Yeah, there's only trolls and ogres have more base hit points. Nagas and I guess that's it for the +2s. Yeah, Nagas and Deep Dwarves. And there are a bunch of +1s. And that's, nice. Minotaurs are really good fighter berserker types. They're very well rounded. They don't really have any disadvantages as long as you stick to melee. They're proficient with most of the weapons that lie around in the dungeon. Yeah. I do want to kind of check out some other characters at some point. But for now, I've been having fun with Grumbletooth, so I will end the video. I'm starting to not make sense, so I will go to bed, and I will join you again, dear viewers, when I am refreshed, and we will continue our journey with Grumbletooth. Thanks for watching.